I have some questions for you. Do you feel like when you come to the library you don't know what books to get? Or you feel like you get the same books over and over and over, or maybe the same author over and over and over? Well, I have a way for you to fix that. And it is called First Chapter Fridays. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a book from the library that maybe doesn't get checked out a lot, and I'm going to read to you the first chapter. And these are books that I've either read out loud that I really like, or they're brand new books, or maybe they might be a Mark Twain or Truman Award nominee. So I'm not going to pick anything boring, I promise. And all you have to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy, and add this to your to-be-read list, or make a list of books that you want to get when you come to the library so you have a shopping list when you get here. So the first book I have chosen for First Chapter Fridays is called Dead City. This book is by James Ponti, and it is the first in a series. It actually has 3 books in the series. This first one is called Dead City. The next one is called Blue Moon, and the third one, I don't have it in right now, it's checked out, and it is called Dark Days. So this author, James Ponti, these books are in the paranormal section of the library, so over here by the closet, by the flag, it's kind of like a light purple color. He also wrote another book in our library called Framed, and this is not in the paranormal section, it is actually in the mystery and suspense section, so you can see the blue there. And this book was a Mark Twain Award nominee last year, and it actually won. The state of Missouri, students voted, students your age, and they voted this book as the winner. So it beat all the other books on the Mark Twain Award nominees list last year. So it's a good one. I read it this summer. It's good. It's like an action mystery kind of reminds me of like Mr. Limoncello's Library a little bit. But anyway, this is not the book I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk to you about Dead City. So this book has a girl as the main character, and she kicks major butt. And she is in charge of getting rid of zombies, which I know sounds like, oh geez, zombies, whatever. But I swear this book is really good. And once I read to you the beginning, you're going to want to run up here and check this book out. So I'm going to start reading to you. The first part of this book actually doesn't start on chapter 1. It starts with a prologue. So Prologue, that is at the beginning of the book, and it kind of gives just a little bit of background knowledge before you start reading the first chapter. So don't skip. If your book has a prologue, don't skip the prologue. That's really important to read. So the titles of this book also crack me up, the title of the chapters. This one is, You're Probably Wondering Why There's a Dead Body in the Bathroom. Now, if that doesn't want to make you read on, then nothing will. So here we go. Here's the prologue. I hate zombies. I know that sounds prejudiced. I'm sure some zombies are really nice to kittens and love their parents, but it's been my experience that most are not the kind of people you want sending you friend requests. Consider my current situation. Instead of eating pizza with my teammates as I celebrate my surprise victory at the St. Andrews Prep fencing tournament, fencing is like a sword fighting, like a sport, I'm trapped in a locker room toilet stall with a dead body. It's not exactly the Saturday I had planned. I wasn't even supposed to compete in the tournament. Since most of the girls on the team are juniors and seniors and I'm only in 7th grade, I was just going to be an alternate. But Hannah Gilbert didn't show up, and I filled in for her at the last moment. 5 matches later, my teammates were jumping up and down and pouring Gatorade on my head. And that was the first problem. I may not be the girliest girl, but I really didn't want to ride the subway home with sticky orange hair. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. If she's riding the subway home, does she live in like a really small town? No, definitely not. A subway, you only find those in really big cities. It's like an underground train thing. So I really didn't want to ride the subway home with sticky orange hair. So I decided to clean up while everyone else headed down to the pizzeria to get a table and order a couple of large pies. I had just finished my shower when I heard zombie noises coming my way. I know they hate to be called the Z word, zombie, but I hate being attacked in the bathroom, so I guess we're even. At first, I thought it was one of my teammates playing a joke on me, but when I saw the reflection of the walking dead guy in the mirror, I realized it was life playing a joke on me. I mean, is it too much to ask for just a couple hours of normal? To make matters worse, this zombie and I had some major history. During an earlier encounter, I sort of chopped off his left hand. I won't go into details, but trust me when I say it was a have-to kind of situation. Anyway, now he was looking to settle a grudge, and all my gear was in a bag on the other side of the locker room. Too bad, because moments like these were the reason I took up fencing in the first place. He looked at me with his cold, dead eyes and waved his stump in my face to remind me why he was in such a bad mood. All I had to do to protect myself was with the All I had to protect myself with was the towel I was wearing and my flat iron. Flat iron, for you that don't know, it's like a hair straightening tool. Since I was not about to let Mr. Dead Evil see me naked, I went with the flat iron. My first move was to slash him across to the face, which was a total waste of time. Yeah, it burned a lot of flesh, but since zombies feel no pain, it didn't slow him down one bit. Plus, no way was I ever going to let that flat iron touch my hair ever again. So I was down $30 and I still had a zombie problem. Next, he slammed me against the wall. That hurt unbelievably bad and turned my shoulder purple. A color I like in clothes, but not so much when it comes to skin tone. On the bright side, when I got back up, I was in the perfect position for a balestra, a favorite fencing move. It combines a jump forward with a lunge, and it works like a charm. The flat iron punctured his rib cage and went deep into his chest. It got stuck when I tried to yank it out, so I just started flicking it open and shut inside his body. This distracted him long enough for me to grab him at the base of the skull and slam his head into the marble countertop. I don't know how much tuition runs at St. Andrews, but their bathrooms have some high-quality marble countertops. He went from undead to just plain dead right on the spot. All told, it took about 40 seconds, but that's the problem with killing zombies. It's like when my dad and I make spaghetti sauce together. The hard part's not so much the doing as it is the cleanup afterward. If this had been a public school locker room, there would have been some gray jumbo-sized garbage cans nearby, and I probably could have taken care of cleanup by myself. But apparently, the girls of St. Andrews don't throw anything away, because all they had was a teeny tiny little wastebasket and some recycling bins. There were bins for plastic and paper and glass, but no bins for rotting corpses. Go figure. That meant I had to drag the body into a stall, text my friends for help, and call my coach with an excuse about how I had to go straight home. Now I'm stuck here sitting on a toilet, my hair's a total mess, and after 2 bottles of hand sanitizer, I still feel like I've got dead guy all over me. And don't even get me started about how hungry I am. If you had told me any of this a few months ago, I would have said that you needed to visit the school nurse. That's because before I was Molly Bigelow, superhero zombie Terminator, I was just an invisible girl in the back of the classroom you'd probably never notice. I'm sure none of this makes any sense. I mean, it's still hard for me to understand, and I'm the one who just did it. So while I wait for help to arrive, I'll try to explain it to you. I understand if you don't believe it, but trust me when I say that every single word I'm about to tell you is true. It all started more than 100 years ago when an explosion killed 13 men digging one of New York's first subway tunnels. But my part didn't begin until one day last summer when I was hanging out at the morgue. Okay, the morgue, that's where they take dead bodies, like before they take them to the funeral home. And that is the end of the prologue. This symbol here, the Omega symbol, will come back and play a huge part in the book, so remember that symbol. All right, chapter 1, that weird Bigelow girl. Remember, she told you her name was Molly Bigelow. So I'm going to stop right here, actually, because this has run long enough. I'm sure you're tired of me reading a book out loud, even though that's my favorite thing in the world. So I'm going to stop here, and if you want to read the rest of this book, come to the library, go to the paranormal section. Again, it's over here by the flag by the closet, and go to P-O-N for James Ponte's last name. So I hope you enjoyed the first edition of First Chapter Friday. See you guys later.